What's up, Trophy Hunter? Welcome to my trophy guide for Thai Sword. The game is a hack and slash platformer with procedural levels and roguelike elements. The graphic in this game looks very bad, but the game can be addictive. The game has 17 trophies and 7 are story related. There's just one highly missable trophy, but later more. In this video I also show you some boss strategies, so if you're looking for a specific trophy or boss, check out the timestamps in the video description or in the top pinned comment. At the beginning of the game you can choose between 2 characters. It's also possible to unlock more characters by progressing through the story. And it's also possible to play the entire game in local co-op. Choosing the Valkyrie lets you unlock 2 trophies at the beginning of the game. The first one is Bullseye, where you need to get hit by your own arrow. Just hold down the circle button and aim upwards. And the second trophy is Ring the Bell. To your right you can see a lantern. Just hold down the circle button and aim for the lantern for another trophy. So in the next step you can choose your difficulty, but before you're choosing your difficulty, choose tutorial, because you have to complete the tutorial for another trophy. This one is pretty simple and you learn the basics of the game. After completing the tutorial you can choose between 3 difficulties. It's easy, normal and hard, and of course if you want the platinum as fast as possible, choose apprentice. This is the easiest difficulty and you have unlimited continues. So now you can see the world map. Each of this world has 5 levels. Except one, there's one world with 8 levels. Also keep in mind, if you completed one world, you can't go back. The goal of the game is to kill all the enemies in a level. If you killed all the enemies, the gate opens and you can proceed to the next level. Right here I got the trophy for killing an enemy with a special attack. This special attack can be done with the square button. Keep in mind you have to kill 15 enemies with a special attack for another trophy called Head Collector. On some levels there is a chest and a raven is flying around with a key. Kill the raven and pick up the key to get another trophy called Treasure. Don't worry if you missed it on your first try, because there are a lot of chances to get this trophy. There are another 2 miscellaneous trophies where you should keep an eye on it. The first one is called Marksman. You have to kill a flying enemy with an arrow. This should unlock naturally. And the second trophy is you have to kill yourself with an explosive barrel. Almost on every level there are some explosive ones, so this is another very easy trophy. Like I said before, most of the worlds have 5 levels, so if you die in world 2 level 5, you have to restart the game on world 2 level 1. Except on boss fights, because a boss fight is always a checkpoint. After completing a world, you find yourself at the merchant screen. On this screen it's possible to gamble for money or buy some better equipment. You can get better boots, which allows you to do a double jump, or a better sword, and many more. It's not necessary to complete the game, but it makes the game a little bit easier. There's a small trick where you can get a lot of money real quick. When you reach the merchant, gamble for money, but before do this, save the game and quit back to the main menu. Now press continue and play blackjack. Choose always to play for 100 gold. If you win, save and quit back. If you lose, close the application and start the game new. This works up to 3 or 4 times. This allows you to get better equipment very early in the game, but like I said before, it's not really necessary. There is one highly missable trophy called Loot. You have to find the secret gate to the loot room. This room can be found in the world Dura Laths. Play through until you reach the 5th level of this world, and notice there is a gap in the floor in the middle of the level. Simply fall down to enter the secret room. If you really should miss this trophy, it's not a big deal. It takes about 15 minutes to get here again. So that are the trophies. The next trophies are story related and you have to kill some bosses. So in the next step I'll show you some boss strategies. The first boss is the Spider Queen. The spider will just move around the ceiling, dropping small spiders. When damaged, it will charge towards to the player, hitting the ground and getting stuck on it. This is your chance. If you have a bow, the fight is easy. Aim your bow upwards and wait for the spider to walk above you. Shoot it, then just run until it hits the floor and pound it with your sword. In case of not having a bow, like me in this video, you will have to climb up the cobwebs and hit the spider with your sword, then drop down to the ground to escape from its attack and hit it while it's stuck. And always try to kill the s'more spiders if you have time, because they can get very annoying. Eventually you will kill the spider and you will earn your first crystal. The second boss, Lurking Horror. Depending on your playstyle, it's also possible that you reach this boss as third. The tentacles will move at a circular manner and shoot out of their mouths. Be careful, because the tentacles will change the direction they move when hit. When one tentacle is beaten, the monster will come forward and try to hit the player with a laser that goes from side to side. So find the correct timing and keep jumping and hit the boss with your sword. If you play the game on easy, it should be enough to bring down only 2 tentacles. So keep the previous strategy but stay in the middle to dodge the lasers. So the next boss fight is the Dragon Lord. If you see the dragon leaning backwards, run away to the highest platform you can get. Wait for the fire to stop, then jump towards to the dragon and hit it. Only the highest will do, the lower one is too low to avoid the fire. If you see the dragon starting to fly, always go towards it, since you'll get cover if it's the fire from above attack and won't matter if it's the fire rain attack. Before the dragon lands, always try to get behind him. If you stay in front of him, it's possible that he hits you with his tail. This is the fire rain attack, always keep trying to stand on the right side, so you can easily position yourself behind him. When he starts the attack, fire from above, follow him to the left and then back to the right. Be careful, don't run into the fire. Repeat this step until the dragon is down. The next boss is the Sorcerer of Thorn. He will attack twice before teleporting away, creating copies of itself. One of the 2 attacks is to throw 3 waves of projectiles. The other attack is he spawn a few bats. He can either spawn the bats twice, do its projectile attack twice, or combine 1 and 1 before teleporting again. After teleporting, he will rest for a few seconds, despawn the false copies, rest some more and then choose an attack. Use the ladders to avoid yourself avoiding the projectiles. Also kill the bats as soon as you can. If it's about to spawn bats, keep hitting it. You can hit all the bats at the same time as you hit the sorcerer to land a few extra hits. Also keep in mind that the solid clone will flash on white when teleported. Attacking the others will do nothing. The next boss is the Lich King and the Queen. The Lich King will constantly swing his flaming skull around him in a circular manner while bouncing around the screen. Only the flaming skull will damage you, touching him or the chain will not. The Queen will follow the player from above, shooting lightning downwards as the player passes beneath her. This is an easy boss fight, just follow the Lich King around, staying inside the skull circle so you can both damage him and avoid his attacks at the same time. And here is the final boss called the Dark Overlord. The fight consists of 2 phases. You should now already have a bow, so I recommend save your arrows for phase 2. In phase 1 he has a lot of attack patterns, a 3-hit sword combo while walking towards the player, a high jump followed up with a sword blow from above while falling, and 2 more charged attacks. When idle, he will just follow you around, triggering either the 3-hit sword combo or the high jump sword blow from above. If that's the case, try to stand next to him. When you see him standing looking to the camera, run to a platform and wait up until the grounded attack gets to you, then use the platforms to dodge it. Keep away as he'll follow up with that rotating sword attack. When you see him flying upwards, try to stand close to him. You can also jump and give him a few slashes. Be careful to be in between the swords that will fall from the ceiling before he falls back to the ground. When he falls down, he will damage you. Also keep in mind, only his attacks will damage you, touching him will not. In phase 2 he will spawn projectiles that will bounce all around the screen while he flies from one side to the other. Just avoid the projectiles and shoot him with your bow. That's the easiest method. If you have no bow, just wait around the platforms avoiding the projectiles and climb up when he gets close, hitting him. So guys, that was my trophy and achievement guide for Thai Sword. I personally found this game very cool, and a big thumbs up to Ratalaika Games, because they finally add the trophy for completing the entire game. And do not forget, the game is Crossbuy and Stackable, so you can get a second free platinum on PlayStation Vita. So I hope this guide could help you guys. See you in my next one.